In Stoicism, the signs of weak men can be understood as behaviors that reflect a lack of self-control, virtue, and wisdom. Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from mastering one's emotions, taking responsibility for one's actions, and living in accordance with reason and virtue, regardless of external circumstances. Before we proceed, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and let's get back to the video. Here's a brief Stoic interpretation of these signs. 1. Gets easily influenced by others. A weak man lacks a solid sense of self and is swayed by the opinions or actions of others. This can be the result of insecurity or an inability to think critically and act according to his own values. True strength comes from the ability to stand firm in one's beliefs, regardless of external pressure. 2. Slaves to their addictions. Whether it's substances, habits, or behaviors, addiction is a clear indication of a lack of self-control. Being enslaved to an addiction means giving up the power to choose and act in accordance with one's best interests. Strength comes from mastering one's desires rather than being ruled by them. 3. Afraid to say no. A man who is unable to say no is often afraid of disappointing others or facing conflict. This weakness stems from a fear of rejection or the need for external validation. True strength lies in the ability to assert boundaries and prioritize what is best for oneself, even if it means saying no to others. 4. Always gossiping about others. Gossiping is a sign of insecurity and a lack of purpose. It often comes from a desire to feel superior by bringing others down. A strong man focuses on his own growth, refrains from unnecessary negativity, and uses his words to build, not destroy. 5. Have a victim mentality. The victim mentality involves constantly seeing oneself as the helpless subject of external forces, rather than taking responsibility for one's life. This mindset prevents growth and personal empowerment. True strength comes from taking ownership of one's circumstances and choosing how to respond, even in the face of adversity. 6. Prioritize pleasure over everything else. A man who prioritizes immediate pleasure over long-term fulfillment lacks discipline and foresight. This can manifest in excessive indulgence in food, entertainment, or superficial pleasures. Strength comes from balancing desires with deeper, more meaningful goals and long-term well-being. 7. Not taking responsibility for their actions. A weak man avoids accountability by blaming others or circumstances for his mistakes. This behavior stunts growth and prevents him from learning from his experiences. True strength lies in owning one's actions and striving to improve, even when facing difficult consequences. 8. Addicted to p*rn. Addiction to pornography is another form of escaping reality and avoiding the development of real relationships. It reflects a weakness in emotional discipline and a lack of connection to one's deeper, more fulfilling desires. Overcoming such addictions requires strength, self-awareness, and the ability to build meaningful connections. 9. Not able to handle criticism well. Criticism is an opportunity for growth, but a weak man takes it personally, reacts defensively, or crumbles under it. A strong man views criticism as a tool for self-improvement and remains open to feedback, using it to reflect and refine his actions and mindset. 10. Lack of discipline to take actions. A man without discipline is unable to take consistent action toward his goals. Whether it's in his work, health, or relationships, a lack of discipline leads to stagnation. Strength comes from the ability to take deliberate and persistent actions, even when the process is difficult or unglamorous. 11. Constant excuses and whining about their problems. Excuses are a form of avoidance, often used to justify inaction or failure. A weak man dwells on his problems and complains rather than seeking solutions. True strength lies in confronting problems head-on, taking action, and focusing on what can be done rather than what can't. 12. Low self-esteem and low self-confidence. Low self-esteem and confidence often arise from a lack of self-respect or self-awareness. A weak man may base his self-worth on external validation or comparisons to others. True strength comes from developing inner confidence, grounded in self-acceptance and a sense of purpose. 13. Blaming others for their miserable life. Blaming others for one's circumstances is a form of disempowerment. It reflects an inability to take control of one's life and choices. A man who takes responsibility for his own path, regardless of external factors, is empowered to change his life and achieve greater fulfillment. 14. Always breaking their promises and can't back their own words. A man who regularly breaks his promises shows a lack of integrity and reliability. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and a weak man undermines it by failing to keep his word. True strength comes from acting with integrity and being dependable in all aspects of life. 15. Weak eye contact, sloppy handshake, and not standing up for what they know is right. These physical signs of weakness often reflect a lack of confidence or fear of asserting oneself. Strong men maintain eye contact, offer a firm handshake, and stand up for their principles, demonstrating self-respect and courage in both their actions and interactions with others. These 15 signs of weakness represent behaviors and habits that stem from a lack of self-discipline, responsibility, and personal growth. A man who overcomes these traits focuses on cultivating inner strength, emotional resilience, integrity, and accountability in all areas of life. True strength is built through self-awareness, discipline, and the constant pursuit of personal growth. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Socratic Sage Sanctuary for more eye-opening content.